Okay, let's take a look at a feature that we call member feedback. And you can think of a member as a user in your Feedbucket account. So this will be a team member. In most scenarios, almost all of them, your clients should not have a Feedbucket account. You can see your team members here. If we go in your avatar, team settings, and general, add team member. And we're probably going to make this a little bit easier to navigate to. And you can then add a team member as either an administrator or as a member. To be able to be authenticated as a logged in user on your different sites, you need to allow what's called third-party cookies. Chrome is allowing this as a default, but both Safari, Firefox, and Chrome, they have, if for some reason it's not allowing you to show us up as a member, you can allow for these third-party cookies. So I have it in Swedish right now, but in Chrome, you click the three dots, settings, then you go to integrity and privacy, and here you're going to have something called third-party cookies. And you can see third-party cookies is allowed. So you can just make some Googling, and we're going to have some documentation as well regarding this on our end. But let's take a look at how it works now. So if I just go to a page here, this is just an example page that I have where I have Feedbucket installed. You're going to see here now that because I am logged in here to Feedbucket now, even though you see that it's a completely different URL, because I have third-party cookies allowed, when I submit feedback now, I get this sort of setting here. You can see that I can do it. I can submit feedback for everyone, or I can submit feedback for members only. So let's do one feedback for everyone. As this is just a regular feedback, right? So if we click submit, this now has been a feedback that's created so everyone can see this feedback now. We can actually see that now if we go to, now I just opened up Safari, so a different browser where I'm not logged into Feedbucket. You can see that I can see this feedback like regular Feedbucket information. However, if I now instead do, this is a members only feedback. This means that this feedback will only be visible if we can authenticate you as a member or as a user. Let's hit submit. And you're actually going to see this here now as well. You see that it's just set as members only, members only. So if I now go back to Safari, I refresh, see that since I'm not logged in, I can't see this feedback at all. I'm not even getting it back into the response. But because I am logged in Chrome here, I do see this feedback. So that's a way for you to set members only. So you can, this is perfect for, before you had to obviously create two different Feedbucket projects. You have to manage the different script tag to see if you're a team member, show this script tag. Otherwise, it was very easy for you to, maybe you want to submit feedback that your clients could not see. Now that's super easy. If you have a Feedbucket account, you just set it as members only, and your clients, which again should not have a Feedbucket account, they won't see this. And you can actually do the same thing here when it comes to comments. You see here I can have a comment as a members only. I guess this is now going to be a feedback as members only, but if I do it on this one here and say comment for everyone, and we also do one comment for members only, like this. You see again how we have this little icon here showing that it's members only. Again, if we go back to Safari where we are not authenticated as a member, you see we can only see the comment for everyone. And because we are not as a member, we don't have the ability to set this sort of visibility here. Like we can only submit feedback for everyone as a client, or we can only submit comments for everyone as a client. But as a member, you have the opportunity to submit feedback only for members and also comments only for members. And another thing as well, when you are a team member, you're going to see here if we do mentions, you can see how as a member, you can now mention other team members. This will probably end up as a setting later on, but at the beginning, I did not want to expose all of your team members to your clients. We didn't want just your clients to be able to tag your developers directly, for example. So this will going to be a different setting later on. But if you're logged in as a team member, you can just directly mention your team members directly in comments or in feedback. And you'll also see here, if we go, you see how we can only be seen by team members for this feedback here. So again, if we go in, you do have an opportunity here now, because you see how it's set to members only. If I now do that, it's visible to everyone. You see how we updated it. So now if we go to Safari, you can see how one feedback for members only is now, so we can see it here even though we're not logged in. Set it back to members only. And now we can't see it. Right now it's just the one that was for everyone. So there's an opportunity here for you to change it. So you can do the same thing here, members only or everyone from inside of Feedbucket. And so this is a kind of base for in the future. We're gonna really want to be able to show a different sort of experience if you're a member or if you're a client. Like maybe if you're a member, maybe you should be allowed to set tags, as an example. If you are not a member, you're not allowed to set tags. Or maybe we say if you're a member, you're allowed to resolve feedback, but you're not allowed to do it as a client. So that's kind of what's coming now. But the first step was just to get this whole thing wired up and be able to send members only feedback and members only comments. And yeah, you're going to see it in integrations as well. We kind of notify you there to say this was a members only feedback, or this was a feedback for everyone. But mainly this is for the display in the widget. So that way you can now add your team members to Feedbucket, and that way you can keep feedback that is not visible. Or maybe you want to do an internal round of QA first, where you have your team members feedback that you set as members only. So once you actually add your clients later on, they won't see this feedback, and you don't have to delete it, you don't have to archive it or anything like that. They just won't see it because they don't have a Feedbucket account. So let's see, if you have any issues with this, please just reach out to us as support, or you can take a look at our documentation, where we're also going to be providing some information regarding this. All right, thanks a lot.